Yes, good evening from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and nice and early from all the way from Seattle with the beautiful Becky Blake. So nice to have this special woman, Dr. Becky Blake. Um, she's a psychoneurologist, a behavior expert, a published author. As a matter of fact, her new book, A Fountain of Youth, found. It's going to come in 2 weeks' time and has lots of great stuff also to protect you from corona. So she has written several books, international speaker, renowned international speaker, a wonderful mama of 3 young adults. And she has been on a mission to understand people, to understand behavior, socialization, to understand the brain and the body, and how to create the most compelling future for over 40 years. So she personally has invested in and sought out, learned, and mastered more than 100 strategies. She knows now what works and continues to change people's lives in their homes, businesses, schools, all over the world. Thank you, technology, in this respect, with new understandings about the brain and body. And she has a great business and she's going to tell you about creating super kids. But to be honest, I think that you are in the business of creating super people and super families. If you ask me, it's not only about the kids. Hi, Brett for Gauze, sending you hi here. So Becky, before we get into the topic, first of all, welcome. I'm very grateful that you made time to join us and share your wisdom and knowledge. So welcome.
Thank you.
We have a tradition, to center before we start, because this is a sacred space that we create together now. So we take a few seconds of silence. So if you want to close your eyes, and let's take a few seconds and connect with one of our qualities that we appreciate, something we appreciate about ourselves. And one thing that we are grateful for in this life, in this period. Take a deep breath, let it go, and open your eyes and let's rock and roll. We took a break from a busy life. Why taking a break is important for our immune system?
Is it?
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Is
Well, the way I was getting concerned, I go into families' homes and work with families and businesses and schools. And what I was seeing was everybody was hurrying so fast. They had classes and things to do, and they had to make money, and they had to do more, and they had to do more, and they had to make more. And I'm like, let's just sit, let's go outside, let's walk, let's enjoy each other, let's laugh, let's have breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. And people weren't making time for themselves. It was all external, right? They're on the little rat wheel, running,
yes,
running, but not knowing what they're running to. So,
automatic pilot, right? Go,
mhm.
go, 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 go. Yeah.
So babies are being born with adrenal burnout and fat around their hearts, right? Things are happening environmentally. It's my program's all about stress, right? My program, it's the Blake method and creating super kids. But the
Yes.
number one thing is stress, and people poo-poo, well, that's stress, right? We all have stress. But what happens when we're in a stress state? So I'm going to talk about three main points here. And one is stress, one is looking at behavior differently, and one is vitality, right?
Yes.
So the very first thing is stress. And what happens when we're in a stress state? Our digestion shuts down. So now we start becoming allergic to all the foods we eat. We have a compromised immune system, right? We become our minerals become deregulated. So our brains and bodies are not getting what they need. And then another thing happens is our detox shuts off. So now all the poisons and toxins and Wi-Fi and everything that's going into our bodies, we're not able to release it. So
Yes.
our bodies aren't getting the nutrients they need, and we're holding in toxins. So we're like little cesspools. We're sick all the time. And then when we're running without giving our brains and bodies a break to take a break, it's just that's why what's happening right now makes a lot of sense. And if you learn my program, it makes a lot of sense. We are so stressed, even though we might be happy and living our lives and thinking we're doing what we're doing, right? I was traveling every week. I was traveling somewhere new. For 8 years, I've been traveling around the world consistently,
Yes.
and I burned myself out. I had adrenal
Yes.
insufficiency, right? So, but I love my life. I created my life, but I didn't even realize how sick I was getting, making, all the flights and the pressure and the toxins and the radiation at the airport
Right.
and Wi-Fi pinging everywhere.
So stress is not only emotional, and we're gonna get into this in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
We know that about 90%, 80, 90% of the visits to doctors are stress related.
Yes.
And we know that stress make us more stupid. Let's face it.
Our brains are not getting the nutrients that they
No,
need, right? And then
exactly.
our body
Which
shuts down.
means
Mm-hmm.
exactly, exactly. So
So if you think
let's
of COVID, right? People are dying with COVID. They're not dying of COVID.
with
They're with. And these are people with other issues. So they have obesity, right? They're not eating the right foods. They're not exercising. Their standards or health issues are causing them to hold on
yeah,
to extra weight, which is
yes,
causing effects in the body. People have heart disease. Again, the foods we eat, not moving, all this kind of stuff. Kidney disease, dehydration, hello, right? Not enough electrolytes in our body. So a lot, and as we age, our minerals get a little depleted and stuff. So there's things that we can be doing right now, and this is what's actually in my book that's coming out. There's things that we can be doing right now to help protect ourselves and to boost our immune systems, because we have not been doing it right. There's been
yes,
the last 10 years has been just this huge downward spiral, right? So viruses, we've had viruses, right? We've had the flus, we've had pneumonias, we've had sickness, but it's not medicine or a shot we need, a vaccine. We need to go inside and help create healthy,
right. Lifestyle interventions,
yeah,
right?
a life,
Eh,
yes.
Okay, so before we get into your strategies, let's talk a little bit because we live in a hyper exciting and excited world, traveling all over the world. Stress comes in many shapes and forms. It's not only emotional part of the stress, but it's traveling by plane and all the toxins. So let's get a little bit in different types, in explaining a little bit the types of stress that we are talking about.
Right. So just we can look at moms before they're pregnant, while they're pregnant, after they're pregnant, are not getting the information they need. They're not. Um, so even babies are being born compromised, right? Young kids, you have bullying. Bullying, now that we have technology, bullying is so out of control, right? Kids are
Yes,
killing themselves. It's a very high epidemic,
yes,
suicide. And so we're stressed, right? But we're stressed because of all the external craziness. It's
yes,
my parents died, right? And a lot of interesting things have been happening. But if you look at it as all external, right? It's all outside of me, but how can I control my inside? How can I still be grateful? How can I find the silver lining? How can I take care of myself? Like I wasn't,
yes,
when my mom died in August, I forgot to eat, sleep, or drink water, right? For 10 days. My hair started falling out, my teeth started getting loose, and I paid attention saying, oh my gosh, I better set an alarm on my phone to take my supplements, to make sure I eat 1 meal a day, right? We need to take care of ourselves. We need to make
yes.
our health number
A
one priority,
priority.
right? Yeah. And schedule it.
Because actually health, yes, and health it's a vehicle for helping us live a fulfilling life and reach
Yeah.
our goals. But if there is no health, there's not
We
much.
get COVID.
No, so is it. So is it.
Yeah.
So is
So
it.
babies, like I'll work with babies, and families are like, how can my baby be stressed? Right. And I
Yes,
said, it's too much information, too much sound, too much smells, too much, like there's too much information going into their
yes,
brains and bodies. They're stressed. Families can fight and the kids can be stressed, right? Now with
yeah,
schools and kids are now home, not getting the social, there's stress is so many, it's a physical response that happens to our body. The
Right.
blood flow from our brain, we go from the front part of our logical thinking brain to our hindbrain, and we just react. And I see
That's
this
why I'm saying
online.
that we become stupider
Yeah,
because
I
we
see
don't
this
think in a
online.
sort of absolutely.
A lot of my very intelligent friends
Yes.
are sounding like little 8-year-olds, right?
Yes.
With the posts, right? And I'm
Yes.
like, it's all about the external stuff, right? So we need to literally sit down and go inside. And like my primary question is, does this recharge me? And
Yes.
I can say yes or no. And if it doesn't, then I need to go do something that's going to, recharge me. If it depletes me, I need to say, why am I allowing this to happen, kind of thing. So
Right.
mindset is huge, and that's part of this
And then
program.
your adrenals will thank you for this.
Yes, yes. So the second piece of this is behavior. If
Yes.
we could become behavior detectives, our brains and bodies are shouting out really loud when we need things. We can have upset stomachs. We might not be sleeping at night. People might have road rage. There's reasons why our brains and bodies do
Yes.
certain things and we ignore them, right? So
Yes.
one of the things I teach in my program, and this is huge and this is key, and if you just go away with this one piece, your life will be different. When we're in a stress state, our ears go red. Our ears go red. It's our 10th cranial nerve.
It's warm. Yes.
It innervates our heart, our lungs, our kidneys, all our soft organ tissues. And when we have stress in our body, our ears will go red and hot. You can teach a child as young as 18 months old when their ears are red and hot to take a break. Drink some water, go outside, be
Aha.
in gratitude. So as soon as you feel your ears going hot, you need to take a break, right?
Yes.
So when I'm like at events or at families' homes and I see a child, a parent, coworker, and their ears are red, I can say, have you drank water? When's the last time you drank water? And they're like, it's been a while, right? How did you know? Right? So
Yes.
usually drinking water helps.
Yes.
And we're all different. But literally you can lower your stress in under a minute. Like people say, I've been stressed my whole life. If you've been stressed your whole life, you would be dead. Right?
Yeah.
So just start paying attention. It's definitely your ears. Sometimes it'll be a flush in your chest. Sometimes it'll be flushed cheeks. It's our vagus nerve telling us,
Yes.
take a break. Right?
So just for people to know what the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in the body connecting the gut with the brain, right? So why
Yes.
is
Well,
that important?
it's
Why is that
huge.
important?
It's our body's way of saying, pay attention, change something, right? When we're in a stress state, we're not digesting the foods we're eating, we're not detoxing the toxins. So when our ears are red, nothing is happening. The blood is going from the internal part of our body to our arms and legs so we can run or fight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we need to be, when we eat, we could eat really good foods, but if you're in a stress state while you're
There you
eating,
go.
you're
Yes.
not going to assimilate any of the minerals, right?
Absolutely.
When you're in a stress state, your body eats the minerals, right? It
Yeah.
eats the magnesium and the potassium, and it stores iron in our tissue, right? So we're polluted. So we need to, if your ears go red, just take a break. Think about it. What can I do? Do I need to leave the situation? Do I need to listen to
Put some
calming music?
ice, go and cool them,
Yeah.
right?
Whatever.
Cool them.
Everybody's different,
Whatever.
right?
Yes.
With little
Yes.
kids, they can't see their ears, but you can say, oh, your ears are red. Are they hot? Go in the mirror and look. So kids is literally deep breathing. Like I teach kids, you smell the flower, blow out the
I,
candle. Like how
exactly.
hard is that?
I was like this actually couple of days ago. My ears were hot and red, and I did the cooling breath, like the breath, like
Yeah.
you take 5 of these slow, you're done. That's
Yeah.
the small one,
Yep.
right?
That's one of my keys is breathing, right? Not
Right.
just normal breathing. When we're in a stress state, our breaths are really low and shallow, and we're not
Yes.
actually getting full deep breaths. We're actually keeping toxins in our lungs. Again, where is COVID affecting us? It's affecting us in our lungs, right? So if you go learn some Kundalini breathing, if you go online and look at breathing techniques, there's so many breathing techniques we should do.
Yes.
Priming. Tony does his priming, right? It's a little
Yeah.
18 minutes, right? And breathing is the first thing he does. And you can actually get a high from breathing, right? You
Absolutely.
oxygenate your brain and body and have a vasovagal response. And it actually feels kind of good.
Yeah. Also, and if you are not an expert yet, also in the Kundalini, and start small, but start with conscious breathing, right?
And again, schedule it every day. This is what we need to be doing for our health. I'm in a stress state. I'm living in uncertainty. My whole life that I've created has come to a stop, right? And so what I'm having to do, because I'm kind of, not that I'm feeling sorry for myself, but I'm comfortable I'm very comfortable. I'm not driving myself, do more, right? I'm sitting, I'm forgetting to do my priming. I'm forgetting to do my journaling, right? I'm forgetting I do eat healthy and drink water, but there's things I'm forgetting. So I literally have to schedule it. How do you schedule these things? You know, if you're going to brush your teeth, how do you remind yourself while I'm brushing my teeth or taking a shower, I can breathe, right? I can do some breathing. Before I get up out of bed, I'm going to sit up and I'm going to do my priming before I do anything else, right? So you literally need to make it in your lifestyle, because when we're in a stress state is when we forget to take care of ourselves, because we're in a stress state.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And by the way, hi Kenya, Evelyn, stress is the killer it is. Mary Johnson, hi, and Gigi Gulot, welcome. So good to have you here. Absolutely. And here's the thing: the more you do it, this priming and the breathing, it becomes part of you, and then you don't need at some point to put reminders, because it's just happening, right?
Lifestyle.
It's just, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So you do many things. So let's talk a little bit about the immune system and about the quality, the health of our cells, and how to protect them.
Perfect. So this is perfect because this leads into vitality. So 1 is stress, 2 is behavior, and knowing our brain and bodies are trying to tell us stuff, and 3 is vitality. So what is vitality? Vitality is having the energy and the emotional and spiritual well-being to be able to do what you want to be doing in life, right? So vitality, and we talk about the 5 things we need to be doing to stay vital, right? So the first thing is moving. We need to be moving every single day. Even, like I said, I'm really comfortable right now. I'm not flying everywhere. I'm not working with families in their homes. I'm not doing all the public speaking. I'm not doing, working at the 20 events and stuff, right? So that makes me go and do things. So now I have a choice, right? So first thing is to move and make sure that we're moving every single day. And again, schedule it. Even if you just go walk for 10 minutes, right? It's best if you walk 10,000 steps, but do some kind of movement. Take the stairs.
I got it just before our talk. Yay! In the forest.
We need to be moving every single day and in fresh air. And
connect with nature.
It's great. By trees and by oceans and by rivers. And if not in town, ride a bike, walk, do something, move every single day. On TV, you can get some kind of, workout, right? But just move every day. Before COVID, Holland did a study on the United States on how much we move. And it said we move 11 minutes out of our day.
Yeah.
We wake up, we go to work, we sit, we come home, and we go to bed. And now it's worse.
Yeah, and no wonder, and no wonder at 3 o'clock you need chocolate or you need the external, yes.
We're so exhausted from not moving that we actually need to sleep. And then, so now we're resting during the day, but now we're not getting the full amount of sleep at night. So I work with a lot of families who have kids whose kids are not tired. They don't sleep at night, but they're on the iPad. They're on the iPad 24 hours a day. All during the day, they're laying on the couch, looking at games and videos and stuff. And then they're going to bed with it and they're not sleeping. Because they haven't moved. We need to be moving 85% of our day.
Absolutely.
85%.
Absolutely.
So,
and you see now also with homeschooling, some schools in the Netherlands ask children to send videos showing that they have routines. Some focus only on the cognitive development. And then
when we learn, when we take that information from the short-term memory to long-term memory is moving.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When we work out.
Move your hands, because that's how your brain works. Yeah, absolutely.
So you need to take a moving break in order to transfer the information. And then while we're sleeping is when we process all that information and put it where we need to put it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So sleep is huge and important. And so if you're not sleeping well, think, how much am I moving during the day?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So move more during the day. So 1 is moving. 2 is breathing. We already talked about that. We need to be breathing more. There's a reason why this virus is affecting our lungs, right? There's a reason. There's a lot of reasons. So why not strengthen your lungs? Swimming is good, right? Running is good. Walking is good.
Or walking, yes, absolutely.
Kundalini breathing, right? Some kind of breathing where you're actually working those lungs.
The lungs, yes.
Getting oxygen, it's, a double thing. And then the third thing is understanding that when we're in a stress state, our minerals are depleted.
Absolutely.
So a lot of our minerals, we've already our kids are being born depleted of minerals, mineral
Yeah.
deregulation, right? So
Yeah.
we need to be looking at, so one of the protocols I'm certified in is called the root cause protocol. And you can go to rcp123.org. And this is the one thing out of my whole program that actually is what got me out of adrenal burnout. So, and I've been working with my families saying, take magnesium, take digestive enzymes, take cod liver oil. And I knew it was creating great change. Now I know at a cellular level why. And these root cause protocol is what's going to actually go in and help protect your cells so viruses can't come in. It's going to help you get rid of the iron out of your tissues that's feeding the
Absolutely.
pathogens, right?
Yeah.
So thinking, how much magnesium are you getting, right? How much magnesium is in all our leafy greens, right? I take 2 different kind of magnesiums during the day because we're
Yes.
just not getting enough
We
magnesium.
need different, yeah. We need it
Yeah, so there's
citrate of taurate. There
not
are different
citrate.
types of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's some for the heart, some for the brain, right?
Yes.
So just there's different types. And then we need to be looking at potassium, right?
Yes.
Magnesium, potassium. And the main thing that's happening in our brains and bodies is we're not able to, the copper, either there's
With
not
zinc.
enough in our
With zinc.
body. Well,
Yeah.
zinc
Yeah.
kind of, no, not so much. But it's because of the copper. We need to have bioavailable copper. So to
Yes.
be doing that, we need to be doing cod liver oil. We need to be doing, well, in cod liver oil is vitamin A and vitamin D. So D is a hormone. It's not a
Yes.
vitamin. So
Yes. Yes.
there's kind of injustice going on in the world. We do need vitamin D, but we need hormone D, and we're not getting it through vitamins, right? You need A and D together.
Yes.
And the only way to get A and D together in the right amounts is usually through animals. So I know a lot of vegans and vegetarians are going to have a little issue with this, but you can contact me and we can talk about ways on how to do this without that. But vitamin A, we need, it's called retinol. We
Yes.
don't need the vitamin
Part of it.
A that's synthetic in vitamins. We also need vitamin C, but we need a whole food vitamin C. We don't need ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid, whole food vitamin C from cherries and those kind of things, berries and stuff. It's a whole molecule. It's a whole
Yeah.
little thing. It's like a car with the engine and tires, right? Whole food vitamin C it's the whole thing. When you get
Yes.
ascorbic acid, it's just the shell of the car.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
not getting the internal stuff. And if you take too much ascorbic acid, you can actually start getting gut issues. And this is what I've learned is you can start getting candida, and it's so you need whole food vitamin C.
Yeah.
So you need A and D together, which you can get from cod liver oil. And you can go to the root cause protocol to find out the ones they're not all created equal.
No, of course not.
We need whole food vitamin C. We need the cod liver oil. We need magnesium and potassium. So
And one thing that one of my specialties is working with people with autoimmunity and Hashimoto. That's one how I reverse mine. And one of the things I'm looking also at magnesium and selenium, which is very important. And we know that the thyroid is important because it has receptor in every cell of the body. So you want energy, you want vitality. Your thyroid needs to be supported as well. But then we get all these vitamins, as you say, but there is a problem if we don't absorb them properly.
if
Because
we're
they
in a
can,
stress state, we're just
yes,
peeing them out. And
there
if
we
they're
go.
synthetic,
Exactly.
if they're
Yes.
synthetic, our body doesn't know what to do with it.
We have an
So
expensive, yes, pee and
yeah,
so, yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So
So,
I don't even say to take vitamins, right? I say to actually, you can contact me at askbeckyblake@gmail.com and we can have more conversations with
yeah.
people. But we truly need to know what, like thyroid.
Let me put it in the comment actually.
Okay.
Ask
Ask
Beck
Becky Blake at gmail.com.
at, because then it's done, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't postpone things in life as
No,
well,
if
because
you're like
this brings
me and want to know more, contact
yes,
me and I can help because everybody's different, but our brains and bodies all work the same way. That's why I said this information is with anybody with a brain, a body, and a nervous system. Our cells need certain things, right?
yeah,
Another thing is there's it's called adrenal cocktail, and so it's potassium, sea salt, and whole food vitamin C. And if you take it 2 and 3 times a day, it actually gives you energy and feeds your cells. So I
So
recommend
let's repeat for them.
everybody
Potassium.
potassium. So you could do like cream of tartar or get potassium, sea salt,
Hmm.
and whole food vitamin C. And you mix it in water or orange juice, or there's, you can go online and find the different, there's alternatives to do
Yeah.
for the adrenal cocktail. And if you drink it 2-3 times a day, it gives you energy. This is actually the RCP, the root cause protocol. I started just doing the adrenal cocktails. And within 2 weeks, where I couldn't even get out of bed, my melatonin was so high.
Yeah.
My cortisol was so low, my melatonin was so high that I wasn't able to get out of bed. Within 2 weeks of just doing 2 adrenal cocktails a day and some of the stops from the protocol, I was walking 3 hours a day,
Yeah.
where for months I couldn't even get out of bed.
Yeah.
So our brains and bodies need the minerals. So we need to be looking
Absolutely.
at the minerals and working. And it's not just going to the store and just grabbing any vitamin off the shelf, because they're not all created equal, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Hi, Miriam. Yeah. Hi, Miriam Hemskerk and Rich Waterman and Nick Hill. Rao, very good to have you here. Very good to have you here. Okay.
So
Nutrition.
so
Yes.
under
Yes.
nutrition,
You got.
so another major thing is sugar.
Here you go, sister.
I know
I
people
know.
love
Oh.
delete sugar from your diet. So if you take a vitamin C that has any kind of sugar in it that's not from the vitamin C itself, right, from the fruit, it blocks your uptake of sugar, right? If you look at all the diseases that are, I feel so bad for people that are dying in their families. My heart goes out to everybody that's suffering right now. So, but if you look at all the diseases that people are dying with COVID, look at the sugar intake. Look at the people, how big they are, right? They're obese, they're diabetic, there's insulin issues and things. We need to stop. If you go to your pantry, your kitchen, and look at all your foods and look at how much sugar is in your food, you're going to be amazed at how much sugar you eat.
And most of it is it's hidden,
Yeah,
right, in sauces, in all the
yeah,
processed foods,
yeah,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
you might
So
not put extra sugar in your coffee, but
it's
still
coming in
it's
your
so
food.
hidden. It's coming very. So how you were saying about something that blocks the sugar? Can you repeat that,
No,
because that's a
yeah.
big one for people?
So I see people buying like gummy vitamin C. They think, oh, I might as well eat a candy and it's vitamin C. If it's coming with sugar, it's blocking the vitamin C. You're not even
There
getting
you
the
go.
vitamin C. It's
Yeah.
what happens in the cellular level. The sugar will be uptake, and then there's no room for the vitamin C to go into the cells or wherever
Yeah.
it needs to be going. So
Yeah.
sugar is, it's just, no, if you want to live a vital life, just start
It's
paying attention to your sugar intake. I say everything you eat, there should be a purpose why you're eating it. We eat protein to repair our bodies. We eat a carbohydrate with a fat to give us energy. Eat as many vegetables as you want 24 hours a day, right? And then have limit your fruits, right? 4 or 5 servings a day of low glycemic fruits, like the berries and the
yeah.
apples and the pears
Yeah.
and things, right? But know why you're eating. And again, when we're in a stress state, where do we go to for comfort?
Yeah.
Food,
Here you go. Yeah.
right? I'm in the fridge
Absolutely.
again.
But
But don't buy it.
yeah, but
Don't
Becky,
buy
this
it.
is, yeah, this is easy on paper, but let's face it, sugar is highly addictive.
Yes.
We call more and more, the science community calls Alzheimer as the type 3 diabetes.
Yep.
So actually, how to do it?
Yeah.
Because it's very easy. Don't eat it, don't buy it. People that are addicted to sugar buy hides things, and then they find it, and then it's a lot of
Yeah.
shame also, and guilt with the behavior with sugar. So how to do it?
So again, it's the whole mindset thing. It's kind of making it a burning building, right? If I'm afraid I'm going to get COVID and I think eating sugar might give me COVID and I might die, right? I might not want to eat sugar, right? Where's the burning building? Where are the standards? And knowing that sugar is extremely addictive, knowing that there's a detox when you go off of sugar, right? Your body doesn't feel good. You feel like you have the
Is
flu.
the withdrawal symptoms,
Yes,
right?
there's withdrawal symptoms that can last 3 to 10 days. And our brains are just saying, eat sugar, and
Yes.
eat sugar.
Yes.
But also know, again, a lot of us crave carbohydrates. we crave the breads and the cookies and the candies and the, know that in the old days, before they
Yeah.
started genetically modifying wheat, there used to be essential fatty acids in
Yes.
the wheat. There's no
Yes.
longer, it's no longer in there because breads last longer because they've taken the DHA out
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
bread, out of the wheat.
Yeah.
So our brains and bodies are craving essential fatty acids, the cod liver oil, the
It's
olive
the
oil.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my brain is saying, "Oh, eat this bread because I need for my brain. It's essential. The fatty acids that's in here," but my brain doesn't know that they've taken it out, right?
Yeah.
Of so understanding why is your brain and body, why are you craving the sugars? Have you
Yeah.
moved? Right? Have you eaten all your vegetables first? I say eat a salad first and then reward yourself with something if you even need it, right?
And yeah, let's this the wheat yield opiates in the brain, so
Mhm.
that's why we crave more and more on this.
Yeah. Yep.
So
There's an opiate
that's a
effect.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you address this in your
I do.
protocol, right?
Yeah, we
You
look
address
at
that.
we look at taking out gluten out of our
Yeah.
diet because gluten isn't what it used to be 50 years ago, right? Gluten is glue. It's staying in your body, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
causes muscle aches, it causes migraine headaches, it causes gut issues, right?
Well,
Dairy.
and it actually is the gliadin, this the in the gluten that is the problematic one.
Okay, there's a lot of
Yeah. Yeah, but
everybody responds
yeah.
differently, yeah,
Yeah,
right? It
exactly.
could be the yeah, there's a lot of things, but yes, that's one of the issues. Dairy, right? Anything from cow milk is not
Inflammatory, yeah.
yeah, it's mucus. It's not.
Yes.
It is not like the live dairy we used to get when our parents were little and drinking the milk right from the cows,
Yeah.
right? So it's not the same. And again, the dairy, the gluten goes into your brain and causes opiate effect. So it's almost like heroin. It's as addictive as heroin, right?
Yes.
So and understanding how you feel, knowing what you're eating, how do you feel 20 minutes later, right? Do a food mood journal, write down the food you eat, and on the other side of the page, write down how you feel, right? Without thinking about what you're eating. So for breakfast, I had oatmeal and some berries, right? For lunch, I had a salad and, and some kind of protein, right? And then I can look over and say, oh, I was really, really tired, or I didn't sleep at night, and you can, within 3 to 5 days, you can start saying, oh my gosh, I wonder if it was this, right?
Yeah.
So I had adrenal fatigue my whole life. That's what the doctors called it. It's not what it was. What it was I'm allergic to chocolate. So I do a food mood journal. We're trying to figure out why I'm so tired. And my chocolate allergy is 24 hours to the second, right? So if I eat chocolate right now, tomorrow I need to sleep for 20 minutes. It's like the most tired I've ever felt in my entire life. Like,
Yeah.
right? So I know I can use chocolate as medicine if I'm jet lagged or if I'm not sleeping. If I'm waking up every night at 3 for my body, I can take a little bit of dark chocolate and know that the next night I'll sleep
Yeah.
to that time. So
Yeah.
food is our medicine, right?
Yeah.
Food is our medicine. So just
But
pay
that's
attention.
great. That's great utilization. So increase your self-awareness and use this in to create your own strategies, right?
Yeah, and
Like
all
you
our
did with
brains and bodies work the same, but we
yeah,
have nuances, right? We
of
say
course.
eat your ancestral diet food.
Yeah, yeah.
Where are your ancestors from? What did they eat? That's probably what you should be eating, right?
Yes.
What didn't they eat? You probably shouldn't be eating that. But if you start documenting it, you can actually see, does this make me tired? Am I eating enough food?
Exactly,
Right? Some
exactly.
people will get up and they won't even eat till 1. They'll eat
Yeah,
everything they can. They're having a blood sugar drop and then they don't feel good, right? So
yeah,
how are you eating, right? How are you moving? How are you
yeah,
breathing? These are such,
yeah,
if we make it a conscious effort every day to ask ourselves when we wake up and before we go to bed, right? A little routine. Did I move today? Did I laugh today? Did I breathe today, right? How did I eat? How are my minerals going? How am I feeling? And jot it down. You can get back to vitality, right? So
and that it comes slowing down and take a break in order to do that. By the way, Constanza Manke, thank you so much for sharing this important, interesting information. Very helpful. Thank you, Constanza. And Marie, okay, hi, Marike. And Miriam asked, what is potassium actually? Probably wants,
potassium,
yeah, and what is the effect? Maybe she wants to,
yeah, it's
so you want to
mineral.
address this?
So on the periodic table, potassium is a mineral. We can get it in bananas. There's a lot of ways that we can get it, but it's just a mineral that Potassium and magnesium, there's hundreds and hundreds of actions that happen in our body, our hormones, and all the reactions in our body. We need the potassium, we need the magnesium, and we need to be able to create take the copper and make it bioavailable to our cells. So you can Google what foods have potassium. For me, when I do my adrenal cocktail, right, cream of tartar, I go to a store and in the spice section, I get a little thing of cream of tartar, right? I do a little fourth of a fourth of cream of tartar, a fourth of sea salt.
Okay, let's spell it for the people. So I put it already in the comments. So crema. So can you spell it for me?
Cream of tartar, Tartar.
Sorry, T-A-R. Yeah.
Tar. Yeah, cream of tartar. Tartar. You cook with it. It makes cookies fluffy, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. And then
Yeah.
the sea salt, and then the whole food vitamin C. And you just take it. It's an electrolyte, right? When we get dehydrated, when we are working really hard, when we're in a stress state, we need more electrolytes. It's great. We need to be drinking and hydrating. That's another thing, right? Coronavirus is, the doctors are showing that most of the people that are having high effects of the coronavirus are totally dehydrated, right? So drinking your water, but if you're drinking more water, you're going to mess with your minerals, right? So you need to be adding minerals to your water, but not drinking Gatorade and all those fancy, chemical laden, colorful drinks. You need to have healthy water, and then adding potassium, sea salt, because sea salt has minerals as well, right? And then the whole food vitamin C, and it goes in, and it's just a really good bolus for your body to feed.
So what would you say to people that say, oh my God, extra salt because I have high blood pressure?
It's sea salt. So when you take table salt, it's totally different than sea salt. Sea salt has minerals, and there is some sodium in it, but it's mineral laden. If you take white table salt, they've taken everything out. It's bleached. They add aluminum to it so it doesn't stick together. So it's a totally different product.
So that's a great distinction.
You need the minerals, but when they do white table salt, they take out all the minerals, right? We need the minerals.
Yes.
So it's not like you're adding tons of salt. Think about it as adding tons of nutrients, tons of minerals. White table salt, it's poison. It's actually
awesome. That's very important to know. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's finalize with from your top of the mind, top 5 hacks that people can take now. So just like a sum up.
Move. And so in my program, the Blake method, you can do some organized movements, right? So, but just move. Just know there's movement. Breathe. We need to be breathing, right? Priming or Kundalini breathing. Just Google YouTube breathing, right? Healthy breathing, because we need to build up our lungs and our oxygen. The third is look at root cause protocol. Really look at, they have stops and starts. It's totally changed my life. It's actually a huge piece of my program.
And afterwards, let's put in this way, because there is a lot on internet, so good for the quality. There are different people that promote. Yours is very well researched, but it's just go and make your own choice, right?
Yeah. Educate yourself. Right?
Yes.
Don't blindly follow a new fad. I'm a scientist. I want to see why it's happening at a cellular level. I want to see, does it work across time? Does it work across people? Right? Yes. So everything I do is scientifically based, neuroscientifically based. I'm a psychoneurologist. So, but educate yourself. And if you have a hard time with it, like I said, contact me and we can have a conversation, right? So we need to move. We need to breathe. It sounds so simple, but a lot of us aren't doing it, and that's why
simple is not easy. That's the thing.
It's why we're in the predicament we're in. Look at the root cause protocol. Eat healthy. Eat tons and tons and tons and tons of veggies, right? Organic veggies, as much veggies as you can, right? And then mindset. We didn't talk about mindset. Mindset is huge, right? Mindset. What are you focusing on? I'm focusing on, this is a reset, like you said. This is time for us to sit still and say, hey, what in my life was going well? What didn't I like? And now it's time to change it. What to really focus on. My parents just died, right? My family unit has just crashed down around me, right? What I love to do and how I've created my life and traveling and helping people, it's now done online, right? The social piece is done. I can now do everything online, but it's not the same. But I can think, oh, I really like that part of it. Oh, I didn't like that part of it. Oh, I like that part of it. So it's time for us to actually say, this is all of us to reset. So I'm focusing on how do I help more people, right? And how do I reset my own life, right? How do we help? So my thing is to share so we don't have to get
Right. And
Greatest.
it's like because you are such a generous person. So it is about helping others while maintaining your health, vitality, your sanity. Because that's the thing, not getting burnout in the
Yeah.
process of serving the world,
Taking
right?
checking in every day, scheduling to check in every day. Have I moved?
Awesome.
Have I breathed? What am I eating? How am I
Okay.
feeling? Who have I helped? Right? What am I
Yes.
grateful for? Right? Morning and night, just have a little conversation with yourself. What are you asking yourself? Like I say in my head, does this recharge me? Right? What are you focusing on? It's the end of the world. Great. You're going to spiral down into stress. This is a reset. Look for the silver lining. What's amazing is going to happen in my life? Who am I going to meet?
Awesome.
Right? Like, how can I? My thing is helping more people. How do I even help even more people? What do people need? Right? Get out of your own brain and body to help someone else, and you can't be
Yeah.
depressed. Right?
Yes.
Literally, smile
Yes.
and go help someone less fortunate,
Awesome.
and and your life will change. So, and then
Absolutely.
focusing on your future. Right? Live in the present. Be grateful for everything you have now,
Have a
and then a little
direction.
bit of future thinking, because we need to have creating compelling futures. Our kids need to
Awesome.
have compelling futures. So
Absolutely.
what is it going to look like a year from now? Plan it. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? If you want to meet someone, who are you going to meet? Really sit
Yeah.
down and say, if
Yeah.
it was Christmas and I was a little kid and could have anything I wanted, what would it be? And just start, you know, planning your future
S- s-
and
So
what makes you happy.
awesome. Becky, I would love to have you back and talk about how to create super kids.
Yes,
What's that in the
yes,
future? Because that's you did so much research on this and
yes.
it's one of your specialties. Shall we do that? Because
I
I
would
would
love
love,
that.
to share
Yeah.
with people. This is a big one. We need to invest in the next
Yeah.
generation. And
Yeah.
we
My
need
thing, yes. So take care of yourself first. And then the
first and
second
then we'll
thing,
talk about
we'll take care of
kiddos.
the kids, because the
Okay.
kids' lives have been totally turned upside down now.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Thank you so much. You
Yes.
are wonderful, very knowledgeable and generous. Thank you so much. Let's take a deep breath and we're going to close now and we talk about our kids next time. So
Yes.
thank you so much. And everybody, have an amazing day. And thank you, Becky. See you
Thank
next
you.
time. Huh?
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Bye.
Be well.
Be well and stay healthy. Yeah.